hello everyone. Right now, most of us would be feeling that heat of summer. Especially as a resident of Palakkad, I can wholeheartedly say that ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ വെന്തുരുകാണ്. So on the face of it, it might look okay. But what if I say that the conditions that we are facing now are the backdrop of a natural hazard or an invisible disaster in making? Yes, I'm talking about heat waves, which has become a major problem across India, with Indian Meteorological Department, also known as IMD, having to issue yellow and orange alerts to prevent its detrimental impact. So, what essentially are heat waves? IMD classifies heat waves based on various parameters. First classification is based on actual temperature. If the actual temperature on plain areas is more than 40 degrees Celsius, on hilly areas more than 30 degrees Celsius, and on coastal plains more than 37 degrees Celsius, then this condition can be classified as a heat wave. The second classification is based on deviation from the normal temperature. If actual temperature deviates 4.5 degrees Celsius to 6.4 degrees Celsius more than the normal temperature, then this situation can be classified as a heat wave. And the situation can be called as a severe heat wave if the deviation is above 6.4 degrees Celsius. The third classification is general. If the temperature of a place exceeds 45 degrees Celsius, then it can also be called as a heat wave condition. But for the IMD to declare it as a heat wave condition, these temperatures should be maintained for at least 2 consecutive days in at least 2 consecutive stations. Now you have understood what are heat waves. Do you know that this year the heat wave conditions are coming up early and in a more severe way? These are the reasons for it: global warming and climate change, weak monsoons because of weak western disturbances, which is resulting in lack of pre-monsoon showers, urban heat island effect because of rapid urbanization, heat dome effect, super El Nino effect, etc. The impact of these heat waves are mainly felt by the outdoor and informal workers, the slum dwellers, and the poor people. The poor people are in a situation wherein they have to work under the heat or they would have to starve to death. Just imagine the big dilemma involved here. With no proper cooling infrastructure, they would have to work right under these heat wave conditions, which make them susceptible to various problems like heat stress, cramps, stroke, exhaustion, which can lead to further complications in their cardiovascular health, and all these can even lead to death. Yesterday only I have read this heartbreaking news wherein two teachers in Odisha have lost their lives because of suspected sunstroke owing to the heat wave conditions in Odisha. These are not individual cases, and there are many and many lives taking a toll because of these heat waves. Now looking into the other angle, approximately 247 billion work hours have been lost in 2024 for India, and it is estimated that approximately 2.5 to 4.5% of our GDP might be lost because of these heat waves. These statistics show us that the impact of heat waves is not restricted to individual health alone. It can have a larger economic impact as well. So at this juncture, what is the way forward? Friends, at this point, it's very important to take care of your health. Stay hydrated, try to include more light, water-rich meals, try to wear light-colored, loose-fitting cotton clothes, and try to avoid peak sun hours, typically between 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., even though that's not completely possible. Utilize the cooling aids and consider applying lime-based whitewash or white ceramic tiles to roofs. Governments must consider work schedule adjustments and provide adequate infrastructure support through cooling centers and first aid, and protect the vulnerable communities. So in conclusion of it, I'd just like to say to you guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.